At about 3:30 in the afternoon, a park visitor was hiking on Chippewa Trail in Silver Creek Metro Park in Norton when two unidentified males threw an unknown substance on her legs, which then combusted, injuring her. A park visitor heard her calling for help and was able to call 911, at which time the park visitor was transported to a local hospital where she is being treated for severe burns.
She's still hospitalized, do you know?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure she would be. I can follow up and get an update on that for you.
Can you describe the kind of chemical that might have been, what it was that was thrown on her?
Right now, the substance that was thrown on her is unknown, although available evidence is being analyzed by BCI as part of the ongoing investigation.
It was a liquid?
It was a liquid. She felt wet on her legs before a combustion happened, burning her.
So then there was she didn't light a match, or she wasn't running through flames, it just spontaneously combusted?
That's the description that I have. I don't have any indication that a flame was around to light this. That's just her recounting of what happened, was that she felt wet and then it was on fire.
So was this, to the best of your knowledge, was this a random attack, or is there any reason to believe that she may have known these individuals?
Right now, we believe this is an isolated incident. An incident like this has never happened before in Summit Metro Park's history. So we hope that this doesn't deter park visitors from going about their business, but we do encourage people to be aware of their surroundings and certainly call our rangers if anything seems off or if you need assistance.
There's a description of these individuals, is there not?
Yes, the individuals are currently described as two white males. They are younger in age. It's unknown, but possibly late teens, early 20s. They were wearing dark colored clothing at the time of the attack, and one of the individuals was said to have curly hair. So
the Bradfords live in Norton and frequent this trail, and Dave says that there are, in several places on this trail, it's a 2-mile long trail, I think, several places where it does come near neighborhoods or communities or developments. Can you tell me, give me an idea of, on this trail, where on this trail this happened?
Sure. So on Chippewa Trail, this happened very close to the Harder Barn, which is along Chippewa Trail. And right now, we're not sure which direction the individuals would have come in from and which direction they left from. They were gone by the time our park visitor was there to assist, and the victim did not get an indication of which direction these people came from.
Can you describe whether or not she witnessed them hearing them say anything as they approached her or anything like that?
We don't have any information about anything that would have been said by the suspects. All she was able to share was that she got a look at them. They were described as younger white males, possibly late teens, with lighter skin, wearing dark clothing and curly hair. But beyond that, we don't have a lot of information about the suspects.
Was she was hiking or walking? Was she alone?
The park visitor was alone at the time of the attack.
How can you say this was isolated? Is that just because you haven't heard of anything like this happening? Like, did she know these people?
We don't have any indication that she knew these people. She didn't recognize them, but because this attack, this type of attack has never happened before in Summit Metro Parks, it's incredibly uncommon. There's still a lot to be learned through the investigation, but right now we don't feel that there's any reason for park visitors to worry that there's more to come.
What can you tell us about the victim? Age, where she's from?
The young woman who was the victim is from the area. She's in her early 30s, but that's really all I know about her.
Does she live in Norton?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Can you say something for people who might be watching this that frequent this particular trail, maybe something to ease their minds? This is terrifying.
Yes. For our park visitors, we do recommend remaining vigilant, keep aware of your surroundings. If possible, hike or run with a friend and make sure someone knows where you're going to be. And for those people who would prefer to be in a group, our Summit Metro Parks naturalists lead dozens of free year-round hikes in various metro parks. So that's a good opportunity for those who are maybe a little wary and want to be with a group to enjoy our trails with others.
The investigation is being handled by your agency, is that right? You're the lead. Norton was first there to the scene, though. And so go ahead. Explain to me
Sure.
who's doing what here.
Sure. So through the 911 call, Norton Police and EMS were the first responders on scene, and EMS transported the victim to a nearby hospital. Summit Metro Parks has been named the lead on the investigation, although because Norton had the first responder role and detectives on staff, we're working very closely with them on this case.
Can you say how many rangers typically are out and about on the trails, and will that increase?
We do have park rangers who patrol throughout Summit County 7 days a week and 365 days a year. We are increasing patrols around Silver Creek and in general with this incident happening. I'd have to get back to you about the exact number of people out there.
Is there any security camera footage of this incident?
We don't have any security camera footage of the incident. We don't have cameras on our trails. Usually it's just park district buildings that have cameras.
Was there any body cam from any of the police?
Summit Metro Parks does not have body cam footage. I will follow up and find out if Norton has some available. Our chief of rangers just spoke with Norton and is coordinating on getting any assets that they have that I can then share with you.
Did these guys just come out of the woods, or were they on the path coming toward the victim, or from behind the victim?
We're trying to find out more about the routes, but right now it's unclear which direction they came from and whether they came from woods or on the trail. But we're trying to find out more of that as part of the investigation.
And how they got away, too.
Exactly, yes. With the victim being injured, she didn't get a sense of that.
And you say it combusted, like it actually started a flame, or it felt hot, like it was just burning because of a chemical reaction?
No, the substance started as a liquid that was on her legs, and it did combust, at which time she got to the ground and started rolling to try and put out the flames.
Can you describe the person who came up to help her? Can you describe their actions?
The visitor who helped her was described as hearing screams in the area, and so located her and made the 911 call on her behalf.
In your investigation, have you heard of any of these incidents happening in different parts of the country? Like, is this a trend or something that people are doing?
At this time, we have not heard that this is a trend, but as part of the investigation, they will explore all of the different pieces that may or may not be related to this. But right now, we feel it's isolated.
And these are second and third degree burns, or what's the magnitude of the injury?
I want to confirm that for you. I heard second, and I also heard second and third, so I would love to confirm that for you before we commit to it.
Thank you.
Sure.
Anything else you'd like to share?
So BCI is working with us too. It just doesn't. To my mind, there are only a small number of the list of chemicals that can spontaneously combust like that is a very short list, and they're not. You can't go get them at discount drug dealers.
Yes. BCI is working on this investigation with our rangers and with Norton PD. So as part of that, they are hoping to learn more about the details of what was involved in the incident. There's a lot of questions that I think remain with that, and we'll find that out as the investigation continues. Yeah. I think that's all. Yeah. Thanks for coordinating on.
How do we communicate with you to be able to get those 911 and body camera?
I will. I've got all of your contact information. So if if it's easiest.